Well, I think the biggest difference between farm families and other families are that the farm always comes first. It's not a choice. It's not I guess maybe we should. It's no, we have to get back. We have to take care of the chores. We have to feed the animals. It's a lifestyle, it's a sacrifice. So that latte you're drinking, that milk, in your cereal bowl, that ice cream, yeah, it comes from families like ours, and it comes from a lot of long days and a lot of sacrifice, but we do it because we care about our communities and we care about the product and we love our animals. Our old barn was wonderful. It had a great use for many years, but as we began to grow, we were getting cramped. And so we wanted to create an environment that was really best for our animals, and building a new facility has allowed us to encompass all of those important things for cow comfort. So the reason that we decided to build a freestall barn is so that the animals will be able to move around a little bit better, a little more. They have better access to exercise because they're not tied up. They are able to have free access to water, feed, airflow. When a cow wants to lay down, they will go and they will lay down in that stall. They will lay on sand in most of those stalls. The reason we chose sand, it's an inorganic material, which means it doesn't rot. So it does not breed bacteria. So what it does is it creates a very clean and sanitary space for our cows to be. So before we had robots, we were waking up about 4:30 every morning to start milking cows. And one of the wonderful things about robots is that it's allowed us to be a little bit more flexible. We have a little bit more time to actually spend taking care of them rather than just trying to get through chores every day. The amazing thing about having robots in the barn is that we are able to access so much data about each and every one of our cows. We're able to measure things like their eating habits, their rumination, which is when they're chewing their cud and they're digesting their food. We're able to see their activity, which lets us know if they're in heat. It also lets us know when a cow is not feeling well. So we're able to have a lot of signals to care for our animals through the data that we are accessing through the robots. Cow's diet is very specific. For example, calves don't have developed stomachs like the cows do, so they start off on milk and then graduate to a pellet and then have a little bit of TMR as they get older. So we mix different components for different cows. So we actually work with a nutritionist that tests our feed to make sure we have the right amount of protein, starches, things like that. So he's the one that we rely on to have the formulas and the recipes to feed our cows. One thing is, most of the farms in Ontario are run by families just like ours. And that allows us to have an operation where we really genuinely care about the animals, about the environment, about our land, about our communities. And I mean, for us, for example, one thing that we're really passionate about is bringing the community into our space and sharing that with them. We really want the next generation to understand that milk comes from a cow, not a shelf in a grocery store.